warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Hidayanti. You can call me Eka. I'm from English Education at Universitas PBI Madiun. This time I will review a movie called Maleficent.
Well, well. I shall bestow a gift on the child. Before the sun sets on her 16th birthday, she will fall into a sleep like death! Curious little beastie. Bring her to me.
I know you're there. Don't be afraid.
I am not afraid.
Then come out.
Then you'll be afraid.
All the other fairies fly. Why don't you?
I had wings once. They were strong, but they were stolen from me. There is evil in this world. Hatred and revenge.
Bring me her head.
I call on those who live in the shadows. Fight with me now!
Is it true? Are you Maleficent?
Maleficent is a fantasy genre movie and Disney production adventure that aired in 2014. In this movie, directed by Robert Sternberg, the story no longer focuses on the story of the Sleeping Beauty. However, there is another side of the antagonist, which named Maleficent. Maleficent herself is played by Angelina Jolie, while the character Sleeping Beauty or Aurora is played by Elena Fanny. The story in Maleficent is told years before the tragedy of the cursed Sleeping Beauty happened. Once upon a time, there were two kingdoms. However, the two kingdoms are hostile to each other. The first, a kingdom that contains humans, led by a king who is arrogant and greedy for the wealth of the kingdom next to him, namely the Moors. A beautiful land and full of stray creatures, where the throne needs a queen of king. In the land of the Moors, there is a girl named Maleficent, and she is fiery. Maleficent is a dark elf who calls Prince Aurora. She was 16 years old. She would touch the spoon needle of a clothmaker and eventually died. But thanks to the help of one of the fairies, the curse was changed so that Prince Aurora just fell asleep until waiting for Turkeys to wake him up. Maleficent is always depicted as an antagonist, touring from malfigure and arrogant, and always trying to destroy Prince Aurora's life, while Prince believed in the true kiss of Aurora. And one day they will live together and happy ending forever for their life. It's a love story with happy ending. Interestingly, it is not thought the widescreen version of Maleficent. The Maleficent movie is very different from the legend that we have often heard. Interestingly, in this movie, taken from the villain, namely Maleficent. Maleficent is thought as a fairy figure who guards an enchanted forest, fight the magical creatures, starting from fairies, a walking tree, and various other magical animals. Until one day, she meets a woman from the line across the enchanted forest. Stephen is name. He is known to have been stories by one of the creators there. But Maleficent up trying to get Stephen to return the item he stole. Inevitably, Stephen finally returned the stolen item. That was the first time Maleficent and Stephen met. Like other beautiful fairy tales, they both always meet secretly between the birds of the enchanted forest and the human world, so that gradually they fell in love with each other. So that one day Stephen revealed his feeling to Maleficent. Not all stories end beautiful, including Maleficent love story. Stephen is just a human who can be selfish one day, greedy, and can do anything for his ambition. In order to become a king, Stephen is finally determined to kill Maleficent. Maleficent is happy with Stephen's presence too. Read about Stephen's stories until he unconsciously fell asleep. When Stephen wants to kill Maleficent, he can do it until he finally decided to cut Maleficent's wings. That was the beginning of the conflict between Maleficent and the human world. This is not Disney classic, but in this movie feature a thankful Maleficent trying to destroy King Stephen by cursing his daughter Aurora. Maleficent is fight with vengeance, hers to news that King Stephen has a killed. Then, with the help of the crow, he turns into a human. He is joyful. They go he calls the newborn Aurora. Before the sun sets on her 16th birthday, she will fall into a sleep like death, and only a true kiss can wake her up. Maleficent gives his opportunity to Aurora because she believes that true kiss never excited. King Stephen, who can control his anger, tell her the finger fights the hit Aurora while he tries to destroy Maleficent. These three stupid fights are known to be hiding by devil. While Maleficent is watching Aurora develop for 16 years, King Stephen is observant in his queen and to destroy Maleficent, so that gradually, without realizing, he has become the Mad King. Turkis is one of the legends that always appear in every Disney story, starting from Snow White to Princess Aurora and Elsa in Frozen to Love Age. Why does it always have to be Turkish? Will be a representation to love between two lovebirds tied with a kiss, so that no amount of magic can beat the true kiss. Whether intentional or unintentional storyline, the ending in Maleficent is the same as Frozen. That true kiss doesn't have to be true love, but true love that grows because of affection and has long reside in the heart. This is an interesting discourse where the previous Disney stories were stories about princess and prince who only meet once or twice and fell in love and got a real kiss. Is this Disney attempt to break the stories she was there previously to be more logical direction on the meaning of the true kiss. I don't know if it's true or not, but this is a wish attempt at storytelling so that it seems logical and sweet for every moment. The Maleficent movie is very interesting because it raises the close relationship between Maleficent, the main character, with the course Prince Aurora. This movie, from beginning to end, starts beautiful and always makes you curious or surprised in the plot. The main problem is this movie is related to Frozen, where both movies have a similar ending, and Saint Frozen is the first movie to be released. It is clear that Maleficent can be said to be copying the idea of the Frozen story. For me, this is a big mistake because if you remember the previous Disney stories, they are always almost the same. Watching for this of who won a different story. Maybe both Frozen and Maleficent is a grim story that is more simple and mature and logical. Very interesting, so you must watch this movie. Well, that's my review about the movie Maleficent. And thanks for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.